Welcome to Gemstone Tarot, where it's a new moon in Scorpio, and I've just dropped the moon diary down the side of the radiator, which I wasn't really planning on doing, but I did. And also, so we looked at the new moon in Scorpio, didn't we? Are you willing to acknowledge the things that drag you along and weigh you down and all that jazz? But what we might not have looked at, you heard it right, Megalith of the month. Megalith of the month. And there it is. We love a bit of Megalith of the month. Long Meg and her daughter. Our stone circle for November is in Cumbria. Have I got my microphone on? I haven't even got my microphone on. Hang on a minute. It's obviously one of those days today. Our stone circle for November is in Cumbria, and the second largest stone circle in England after Avebury. It's an oval measuring 110 by 90 centimetres with a single huge outlying stone, Long Meg. Now I'm assuming that is Long Meg. At 3.8 metres tall. Cripes, that is a lot, isn't it? That is tall. Is that as tall as a house? 1, 2, yeah, definitely, or as a room. With crystals on one face, get on, and rock art of spirals and shapes reminiscent of that of the Noth. See page 178. Down another. One moment, I'm just looking at page 178. That will be our previous Megalith of the month that we did. I don't remember doing this one. We might have to zoom backwards. Look, see, that's the other one. I don't know if we did it. That was back in, when was that? August. We must have done. Anyway, she's got swirly stuff and things like that. The circle has suitably witchy associations for this dark and spooky time of year. Long Meg herself resembles a witch's face from a certain angle, facing the circle with a distinctive nose and a turned down mouth. One story goes that the stones were a medieval coven of witches led by Long Meg, I'm loving that, turned to stone for their wickedness by a wizard. Another asserts she was a local witch, Meg of Malden, whose daughters were turned to stone for dancing on the Sabbath to a fiddler with cloven hoofs. We've all been there. Hang on, lost my bit. Versions of this myth can be found incidentally in the folklore of a great number of stone circles. Incidentally, in the folklore of a great number of... Okay, Mercury's retrograde. Honestly, it's about the third time making the video. The stones are said to be impossible to count, another frequently arising myth. Or if they are successfully counted, the counter will turn to stone. Or it could be like that tarot deck I've got, or the oracle card deck, where you count them and then they spawn or hide. While most of the stones in the circle are local, and Long Meg herself is local red sandstone, there are 4 quartz stones placed at intervals around the circle, and it is thought that they may mark calendrical events. The circle has both a midwinter alignment and a Samhain All Souls Day alignment, which involves Long Meg and one of these quartz stones. That sounds a little bit like an affair, like Long Meg and one of the quartz stones, if you know what I mean. It's like a blind item. And there are also possible equinox alignments. Hello, Diabolo. Archaeological evidence has suggested that this was a place of gatherings. Perhaps those gatherings tied in with these alignments, and this huge stone circle might have once been a place to mark Samhain and the beginning of winter. Ibble's now on the window. Hello, sweetheart. Yes. Hi. Oh, that's good. Clean washing on the radiator. Clean washing on the radiator. What can that mean? I would pick her up and show her to the camera, but she's such a wriggler, I don't think she'll let me. Hi, sweetie. We've got some Christmas tarot cards. Yes, we have. So we're using the winter weight, which is the glittery snow cards. I know, because in the UK actually cold weather has come, hasn't it, sweetie? Cold weather has come. Did she eat it all? I'll check that in a minute. Okay, you ready, Ibble? She's ready. Itchy nose. Love that. 9 of Q-tips. So the 9 of Wands. Now, let's see whether that means good boundaries, make good fences, or whether that means really, really you're a little bit too... Oh no, that's okay, good. With the Queen of Wands, there's a little bit of either fake it till you make it, if I'm talking here to the empaths and the people who don't normally like to state their feelings that publicly. There's a bit of a kind of, because I said so, you know, that kind of a vibe. So if you're in a bit of a locked in argument with somebody, if you're in a bit of a passive aggressive tussle where you've been nice or you haven't been saying so, don't you love it when you stroke a cat and they just reverse from you? They're like, backpedal, bitch. Yeah, if you've been in like a passive aggressive, nobody's really making the first move, who's going to blink first, or you're not opening the box because you're thinking, well, I don't want to have this confrontation. I'm not saying obviously go out and have a confrontation, but I am saying you might need to stand up for what you believe in here, as the Queen of Wands does, and have your big Q-tip at the ready. And if you don't feel the courage for that, kind of act as if you do. It may be a situation where you have to do that as well. I'm not saying go looking for it, but it might go looking for you. And then we get the Knight of Pentacles. Did you know that my cloak actually has been made of Gore-Tex? It's a very weather resistant fabric, and I do retreat it with a special solution in the washing machine at a very regular interval. So here we have the Knight of Pentacles, Mr. Boring, but also Mr. Very Useful. Okay, this is when you're feeling like you want to start the fire and you don't want to stop until you've burnt the lot to the ground. I'm not suggesting you do that, but there's a mixture here with the Queen of Wands and with the fire cards. There's a mixture of feeling wronged or feeling indignant or feeling that, you know, feeling a bit grr, and stating where you're at and not backing down, but also not blowing the whole thing out of proportion either. 7 of Pentacles, we've got Christmassy workman leaning on his hoe, talking to a robin, and the robin's like, chill, man, you got this. So this is about contemplating the evidence, not necessarily how you feel, because that's how you feel, but the actual sort of earthy evidence of it. How can I lose my tarot deck in the middle of a reading that is just right next to me? Yeah, and again, we have the 4 of Pentacles, which is making bank, being cautious. It's Sun in Capricorn, collecting evidence, keeping everything under your hat, choosing your moment wisely. I can't say that enough. Choose your moment wisely, but when you do, step up and say what you need to say and state your position, and don't budge. And you don't have to be aggressive to do that. Do you, Diablo? Hey? Do you, sweetie? She's like, this is good. I can sit here. This t-shirt feels like someone's taken care to wash it. I can sit here. Have some of that. Isn't it, honey? Yeah, go on. I don't think you've quite squirmed around on it enough. Itchy. I'm going to have 2 oracle cards. Oh, 3. All right. Alrighty, why not? They're both saying pretty much the same thing, actually. A change in the wind. You may be the cause of the change, but the change is coming anyway. And chaos and conflict. It's necessary to kind of agitate something or someone, and you're not going to want to because it's not in your natural wheelhouse. But we have exchanging gifts, which is a very nice card of reciprocity. It's worth something to both of you, so make sure you don't come away empty-handed. Okay? Whew, I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.